Hello, we are back again for another episode of Reasonably Shady. I am Gizelle Bryant.
What's up? What's up? This is Robyn Dixon. Thank you for joining us again.
We are back again, and you guys already know we start off with our Reasonably Shady moment of the week. And Robyn, I want to go first.
Go.
Because I am actually a little angry still with, so I spent about a week in New York with my kids.
Okay.
And I had to Uber some places. Uber drivers in New York are on their own, in their own world. I was at a restaurant. It was very late at night, and I watched on my Uber app the Uber driver drive around the restaurant about 3 times.
What?
He just drove around and then drove around and I couldn't. I was like texting him like, "Sir, stop! Like I'm in front of the restaurant." But he just ignored me and kept driving around, and I said cancel.
That might have been his first day. And he was trying to figure out how to work the app or something.
I thought so. And then the next day I needed to go out to my girlfriend's house in Jersey. Okay. I was in the city. So that's like, a nice Uber that I got, the extra, the special, the VIP, the whatever. And he drove so slow. I sat behind him and I wanted to put my hands around his neck and strangle him. I was so angry. I was like, dude, if you drive 30 miles an hour one more time. Okay. Then I had to come home from my girlfriend's house.
Okay.
And the Uber driver was like the reject from K-pop. Have you heard?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The Asian.
Yeah, like the Korean bands.
The Korean band, yes. Okay. He had like his hat to the back. He had like 5 gold chains on, Adidas sweatsuit, tattoos all over him. He was ready. He was blasting the music. And he, I guess, was too cool for school and could not sit in traffic. So that meant he was always like changing.
Oh, weaving in and out.
Weaving in and out, and he was changing the route. He changed the route about 17 times.
Oh my God.
And he literally I went over like 5 bridges.
Oh my
It does
God.
not take 5 bridges for me to get back to the city from Jersey.
Yeah, no.
I was angry, I was mad, and I said, to hell with all you Uber drivers, y'all are shady.
Oh my God. That is why I actually, whenever I have like a special event to go to, and the organizer is like, would you like us to send you a car? I'm like, no, I want to drive myself.
Yes.
Because I want to drive my speed. I want to play my music.
Yep.
I want to go my route. Like I hate driving in, like I hate letting other people drive.
Yes.
I hate it.
Or they drive too slow, you want to strangle them.
Right.
It was
that
bad.
That would have been good if you strangled him though.
No, I would. No, I definitely would have gotten a 0 rating.
Right. So wait, did you give your drivers bad rating?
I did not. I decided to be a nice person, but I am over Uber. I'm over y'all. What
is with that?
I don't know. Something going on with New York Ubers.
Okay, well that's annoying and frustrating.
Yes.
So my reasonably shady moment once again goes to myself.
Robyn Dixon.
I'm the worst. It's more of like just a ridiculous moment.
Okay.
So this past week we went to Florida. We were in South Miami or South Florida for a basketball tournament.
Yes.
So the tournament.
I saw you on Instagram Live with your bikini on, looking hot.
Yes, that was like suck and tuck.
Okay.
Anyway. So we were there. The tournament itself, the games were Friday to Sunday.
Okay.
But we went from Wednesday to Wednesday.
Nice.
Okay. So from Wednesday to Wednesday, we checked into 5 different hotels.
Why, Robyn? For what? Who does that? Why would you do that to the kids?
Ridiculous.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Okay, we played musical hotels. So like the first one we decided to go to Fontainebleau, Miami Beach, live it up, have fun.
Nice.
So then the second one we checked into was the tournament the hotel where we were going to spend the rest of our time.
Okay.
That hotel was like the Bates Motel. I was waiting, and we literally, it's bad when the kids are looking around and they're like, we're not going to stay here, are we? Like, we literally checked in, rolled our stuff up to the room, and like, the kids wouldn't even walk into the room, like the door of the room. And we turned around, went to the desk, and we're like, we can't stay here.
Did they give you your money back?
Yeah, they said we won't charge you. And it was funny, the girl at the desk like chuckled. Like she knew that like, yeah, this ain't for everyone.
Okay, so you've named 2 hotels.
2.
Okay, but you said 5.
5. So then the third one is the one that we relocated to.
Okay.
Which was, we didn't have any complaints. It was a Marriott. It was fine. It was clean. It was actually like renovated, so it was nice and new.
Nice.
But it like wasn't on the beach.
Mm.
So it was like boring.
Boring Marriott.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. So we stayed there for like 2 nights.
Mm-hmm.
So then, and now mind you, it's not just us. It's like 2 other families on our team that are moving too.
So Robyn is there's a road show in Florida going
Yes,
on.
it is weird.
Robyn and 2 families.
I'm telling you, this vacation was for the parents. It was for us. So we moved to another. So we're in this boring hotel. I mean, it was nice. So then we're like, oh, we want to go back to the beach. Let's go back to the beach.
Okay.
So then we moved to another hotel farther, closer to like back closer to Miami. We're for a hotel that's a block away from the beach.
Okay, nice. Very nice.
Okay. Now that one was just like so I think it's like when you go to the Fontainebleau,
Yeah.
it's really hard to live up to the Fontainebleau when you're in like the I don't want to say the DoubleTree, right? So,
but why would you even check into the DoubleTree? You know that's not right. You know you're not gonna be happy. You know you're gonna leave. Why would you even do that?
Because the pictures look nice. They looked adequate. We're still there for a basketball tournament, right? It looked good, and I don't have any complaints. But we were just kind of like,
The DoubleTree is catfishing.
No, we just became bougie. So
okay.
So then we were like, hey, the W has a great rate going on right now.
Okay. In other words, Robyn can plan no more trips. Do not travel with Robyn.
Yeah, no, it's bad. But it was actually fun. So we finished our trip at the W, which was great. It's a
nice.
W, right? It's great. The kids are living their life again. Like I've created some bougie kids with these hotels and stuff.
Yes.
I do recommend though, at least I kind of enjoyed switching the hotel at least once. So if you say you're going on a trip, you're like, oh, I'm going on vacation for 5 days. I think it's actually cool to like stay for 3 days in one hotel and 2 days in another hotel.
I agree, especially with the kids because they do get bored.
Yeah.
Even with the nicest of accommodations, they do get bored.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I actually like on my next vacation or my next trip, I'm going to at least stay in 2 hotels. Oh wait, and I left one part out.
Okay.
So I actually walked into 6 hotels because during one of these hotel switches. I thought I booked one. I thought I booked one hotel, one Marriott, and I really booked the Marriott 15 minutes down the street.
Okay, you are fired. You're fired. You can no longer have this job. All the 2 families that you're traveling with, ask one of those moms to take over. You're fired.
We were fine. We were living life. I literally got to they checked. It was a mess. So I literally got to the desk and they're like, are you in the right hotel? I was like, yeah. And then I looked at my email and I was like, no, bye. And I had all of our luggage already out, unpacked from the car. So yeah, we actually tried to check the 6 hotels.
Okay, so
is that shady? Yeah, that's shady.
It's not even shady. It's ridiculous. Okay, Robyn is ridiculous. All right, but anyway, Robyn, we have so much to talk about as it relates to what's going on in the world. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Where do we begin? I think we should begin with Father's Day because that just passed. And Nick Cannon was busy, okay? He was a busy beaver because every time we turn around, that guy has another baby on the way.
Okay, I keep seeing these headlines and I'm like, is it Groundhog Day? Is it like, why do I keep seeing the same headline that Nick Cannon is expecting a baby?
Multiple. And he always gets people pregnant with twins, which is very strange. And I just don't understand. And I'm thinking, do these ladies know that they're overlapping? Like, you know what I mean? Clearly these relationships overlap.
Right. I have a feeling that he's probably being 100% honest with them.
Okay.
And they must not care.
Clearly.
They must not care. But it's like, it's so weird. I'm like, okay, so is this more of like a sister wives type thing? Because it does appear that like, he's like dating these women. Like they're not like oops babies. They're like he's literally dating them and taking family photos and maternity photo shoots and stuff with these random women.
Right. And I think that they think that they're going to have Thanksgiving dinner with Mariah. But I want them to understand Mariah Carey is not eating with any of you baby mamas. She not. No. I'm just here to tell you. And I don't even know Mariah, but I know that's going down.
But wait, didn't Nick say something like he feels like he doesn't have long to live because he has lupus and he has blood clots, and so he's just living life and not wearing condoms, and that is why he keeps having these babies.
Okay, is this real? Are you being serious?
Yes.
Oh, I hadn't heard this.
Yes.
Okay, this is absurd.
That's absurd. Okay, so you're going to leave all these fatherless children? Like,
Nick.
or on the flip side, what if you live until you're 100? You might have 42 kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna need for Nick to get it together.
I know.
Get it all the way together.
But I guess the good thing is, like, Nick is rich.
Yes.
So
He can afford them.
Right, he can afford them. The kids will be fine once he, passes along financially. But
Right.
they're going to lack that fatherly figure that, I guess with all these kids, like, how can he be a fatherly figure to them?
No, he can't even get Father's Day straight.
No, it's ridiculous.
What gift do you wear? Because you know how the kids give you a gift. Remember that meme? And he had all of these ties he was holding up, and the meme was, which one should he wear? Like, because
well, he's got like enough jobs. He can wear one on his what's that dancer show called? Mass Singer job, and one on his new talk show, and one on his new he's got one on America's Got Talent. Like, he's got a whole bunch of jobs.
He's a busy beaver, and I'm gonna need for everybody to be clear. Mariah is not entertaining this. Okay.
Mariah's getting her life.
Yes, she's not entertaining. We are not getting together taking a family photo with all of Nick's kids. Let me tell you something. Morocco and the other one. What is it?
Moroccan
and
Monroe.
And Monroe. They will not be in the Nick Cannon children family photo. I'm just thinking that Mariah's not happy. But that's just my opinion. All right, we're going to move on.
Busy.
So,
I can't hear.
we're going to move on. Okay, so for me, the biggest story, because I've been following this for like a while, here lately, is this whole Britney Spears situation. Okay, so the other day she gave her testimony, and she was very clear. And it's very clear she hates her father. She feels like an indentured servant, a slave. I think she used the word slave.
Yeah.
She was not purchased,
Yeah.
but so she shouldn't really use the word slave. But
Right,
we'll give it to her.
First of all, how's she a slave and they work for her?
Yeah, we'll give her that. Whatever. But she can't live her life. She can't even be in control of her birth control. They won't let her take the IUD out. She wants to get married. She wants to just spend her money the way she wants to spend it and live her life. Like, I do feel she didn't know that she could speak up for herself to get out of this.
Why is this going on for so
13
long?
years. Could you imagine 13 years somebody's telling you how to spend your money?
Who is allowing a grown woman to live like this?
Her father, and it's clearly greed.
But how do the courts even allow that?
I think they
I feel like it should have been okay. So when they established it, I understand it was around the time when she had the breakdown.
Yes.
And maybe I guess the argument is it was for her better, better judgment on her part,
right?
Her health or whatever, keep her safe, blah blah blah. But like, there should have been a time limit on that.
100%.
Where you reevaluate it.
Yes. And the judge kept allowing this to happen. So I feel like the judge is getting paid. I know that's probably wrong for me to say. The judge is getting paid. Daddy is getting paid. He gets like $16,000 a month, I think, for doing nothing.
For being her conservator.
Yes. And he gets to say what job she takes and what job she doesn't take, which is a conflict of interest. It's just, I feel bad for her.
And then she said they put her on lithium.
Yes.
Was this, clarify this. Was this while she was performing she was on lithium?
I don't
like when
think
she
so.
was doing that Vegas residency? Because I feel like, how can someone who is under a conservatorship perform a Vegas residency?
Right.
Like that sounds like abuse. That's abusive.
Yes, it's abusive.
So it's like, does she even have an option to not want to perform? And then they give her this lithium to like force her.
Well, her last residency or something she was getting ready to do, the last thing she was getting ready to do, remember she walked off, like they announced, Britney Spears, she's gonna have another tour, and she like left. And she didn't even say anything. She just rolled out, and it was because she's refusing to work because all of this is going down, and she just wants to chill out and live her life. And I really feel bad. I really, really, really feel bad for her.
It's really sad. I mean, it's like, it's heartbreaking. And she seems like such a sweet person.
She's 39 years old. She's damn near 40. She can clearly figure out where to buy tampons and toothpaste.
I couldn't imagine. But imagine like the long-term damage that has done to her.
Yes.
So it's like, I pray that, the outcome of this is in her favor, but I also pray that she has the right people around her moving forward.
Yes.
That will really support her and help her become independent and Like, I cannot imagine long-term damage. So,
And what's her dad's name? Joe?
Jamie.
Jamie Spears. You wrong, sir. You wrong. And Karma's a bitch. You gonna get yours.
And what's up with the mom? What's her
Right.
mom
Now,
saying?
now she's been
And her
strangely quiet.
Yeah.
She was on lithium.
Huh?
She was on lithium while she was in Vegas.
Oh, she was. Okay, so she was on lithium while she was performing in Vegas.
Okay, which is horrible because
Yeah.
lithium,
It's
from
like
what I understand,
you're not even here.
no, and that has lasting damaging effects, I believe, on your brain.
God.
We don't know where Brittany's mom is. She has been strangely like not around.
That is so crazy. I'm sorry. I'm sad. Like the greed. So they literally like forced her to put her on lithium.
Yeah.
Lithium forced her to perform, and she can't even control her own life and her own money. Like the greed.
The
It's
greed of it all.
disgusting.
The greed of it all, and she wants to have a family, get married, have a family.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and they're like, oh no, you're gonna keep that IUD stuck up in you so you don't have any kids, so that you can perform. That's just
I mean,
horrible.
it's feeling like borderline like Michael Jackson, how Michael Jackson's life was, where he kind of wasn't really like able to live a normal life.
right.
And I wonder if that was controlled by, I mean, you know, I don't know. Was that by choice or was that controlled by other people? Gosh.
It's bad.
She was diagnosed with bipolar, so as long as she's diagnosed with, well, as long as that diagnosis stands,
Yeah.
they have a leg to stand on.
Oh, okay. I just want Brittany to be free. So I'm hashtag free Brittany.
Oh, hell yes.
Yes.
Free Brittany and pray for Brittany.
Yes.
Like, let's not just free her, let's pray for her. And I pray that she has the support that she needs that will help her just move forward with life.
Yes.
Jeez.
But on another note, Black girl magic at the Olympics. Let's give it up for our ladies.
The Olympic trials.
The Olympic trials, yes. But I mean, if they're going to kill it in the trials, which they have been,
Yes.
the Olympics is going to be hands down Black girl magic.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I mean, of course, Simone Biles, like, we
Yes.
already know that she's doing a quadruple somersault tuck.
she's gonna flip, go high five Jesus up in
Touch
heaven.
the ceiling.
Yes, and come on down. Okay.
And land really softly.
Yes. Now Simone is everything. She's making up routines that they ain't never seen before.
Right, right. And then the crazy part is, like, don't they like deduct? Then they make the points lower or something for like certain moves that she like created, like something crazy.
You know,
like,
it's the
level the field.
It's just the hateration of the Olympics. But whatever. Simone's gonna kill that thing
We
dead.
know that.
Then we have
Simone Manuel.
Simone
was
Manuel.
Swimming.
Yes.
She qualified. Go girl. You don't really see a whole lot of black people swimming.
and she might be like the first black on the
Woman.
Olympic team.
At least
Woman
black
on the Olympic team.
female for sure.
Yes.
And she just debunked that myth that black people don't know how to swim.
Yes, she did.
we
Yes,
do.
she
We can
did.
do it real fast.
Black people know how to swim. Thank you, Simone, for letting the people know. Okay, and then what was my girl, the runner?
Sha'Carri
Sha'Carri Richardson,
Richardson.
who I actually like her orange hair. Anybody talking about her hair, y'all stop hating. And I like her fingernails being long. And I cried when she ran into the stands and hugged her grandmother.
Oh,
Like, she first of
can
all,
you imagine?
she started, like, okay, you know how they do on your mark, get set, go,
Mm-hmm.
and then they start running real fast.
Right.
Okay,
She wasn't looking good, right?
right. It wasn't looking good, but she zoomed past everybody and she was pointing at the clock man like, yeah, I beat that shit. She was pointing at. That's when you know you bad.
Right.
When you pointing at the clock man like, clock me, bitch.
Yeah.
Clock me.
Exactly. And
Yes.
she had her mother. Her mother passed away, but her mother clearly was there with her.
Yes,
So
100%. And I feel like, I want her to demolish the Olympics.
I
Okay.
can't wait to see that. And then one more. We got Allison Felix, 35
Oh,
years
yes.
old.
Yes.
With a 2-year-old child.
Yes.
Qualifying for the Olympics for the 5th time.
Yes.
So
Mama's out here doing it.
yes, good luck to all our girls. I'm sure there's going to be more y'all that we're going to be rooting y'all on. But I love the Olympics, and I'm so glad that they're back a year later.
Well,
It was supposed to happen last year, but the pandemic just shut everything down.
right.
So.
And it should be great because it gave all of these Olympiads a whole nother year to train. Yeah, so y'all should be amazing.
Or get fat.
One of the two. I think. Yeah, but y'all should be amazing. All right, so we got to talk about our girl Portia and Simon because
Okay.
you know we love Portia. She got his name tattooed on behind her ear.
Right, like his middle name, right?
Yes, and Robin, I know you and Juan have a tattoo situation going on y'all's fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so is this a trend? Is this a thing?
No, this should never be a thing. So, getting a person's name or face that's not your child that should never happen. So, like my tattoo, Juan and I have matching tattoos.
Yes.
On our ring fingers. This tattoo is actually more significant to me than our actual rings.
Why?
I mean, we've had rings before, and what happened to that first marriage? Like, you know
Y'all
what I'm
took
saying?
them rings off and threw them in the trash.
Right. So our ring definitely has. I mean, our tattoo has significance. But if Juan and I were ever to part ways, guess what? This tattoo represents my children.
That's what you're gonna say?
Yeah. It represents my children.
Robyn!
I mean,
The whole
I
world.
see Juan's name on my finger.
Okay, the whole world. Okay, just for y'all to know who didn't see it. Robyn's tattoo is 2 hearts, right?
I
Combined.
got 2 kids.
Okay. Okay. And it's Robyn's heart and Juan's heart. So if Juan all of a sudden loses his mind and acts a fool, you're gonna say that the hearts belong to your children.
You. It doesn't have his name on it. Not
Okay.
his name, not his initials,
But
none of that.
The world saw you all, because that was on season something of Potomac. I can't remember what season that
4,
was.
I think
Maybe
4.
4.
Yeah.
The world saw y'all, and it was a Robyn Juan thing.
I know.
Okay.
I know, but I can still change the significance of it if I need to.
Okay, all right.
But
I'm
if
for
it
that.
says Juan,
Uh-huh.
I can't change the significance
Yes.
of it if it says Juan.
That is true. Okay. I always feel like getting someone's name tattooed on you is like the kiss of death. Right? It I feel like there's some survey out there that says if you do it, y'all gonna break up.
It's like you're trying to prove your love. Like, and I'm not, okay, like Juan and I have been together, we were together over 20 plus years when we got our tattoos. So there was nothing for us to prove. But I feel like sometimes, especially, you know, in young relationships, people do things hastily because they're trying to prove how much they love someone, or they're in this honeymoon phase.
Everything's
And
good.
Yes, they're goo goo gaga over each other, and I just love you.
The bedroom is good.
Yes, I just love you so much. I'm gonna put your name on my body.
You wanna kiss
my
them all the
God.
time.
Yes, I want you with me all the time.
Yes.
And so you do it like that's stupid, right? So it either happens when you're like in this honeymoon phase, which is, you know, nice and lovely and stuff, but like you think you're so in love and you do it. Or it happens like when a man F's up, when a man he fucks up and he's like, the girl's gonna leave him and he's like, I love you so much, I'm gonna tattoo your name on you. Right? Like that's when like, it's just like stupid and you turn around.
Listen,
like,
no
wow.
man has ever loved me that much because Gizelle is not written on any man that I know. Okay, and I don't. Maybe I need to do something different because maybe I need to make a man.
No, you don't want that.
I don't want that.
You
Okay.
don't want that. So yeah, I'm not. That, you know, not my cup of tea, but you know, to each their own. I guess. I don't know.
Okay, well let's move on. Because I was watching Wendy Williams, and we all know Wendy is shady, which I'm not even mad at, because you know I'm shady. I love another shady person. Wendy Williams is as shady
Queen.
as it comes.
She
Yeah,
might
she's
be
the
the queen
queen.
of shady.
She's the queen. She gets the crown. Okay, so Cynthia was on her show, and you know we all have heard like there's going to be an Atlanta shakeup, and I'm not mad at a shakeup because you know it keeps the shows spicy, fresh and new.
Yeah.
So she straight up told Cynthia, "You should not return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta."
She told her you should not return, or you should not be asked to return.
She said you should not be asked to return. In other words, she said you should be fired.
What?
Yes.
That's rude.
And Cynthia kind of laughed it off or whatever. But but Wendy explained it. Wendy said you have nothing more to give. You have already gotten married. You have got your businesses.
Cynthia better get divorced now. That's your
And that's what Wendy said. Wendy was like, I don't want to see you get divorced. I don't want to see you cuss people out. I just want you to go off and just be a model.
Cynthia, stop messing on her check. Oh my God. Like what?
And I'm like, if I'm Cynthia, I'd be like, but damn.
I mean, Wendy. I said Cynthia.
Yeah.
Wendy, stop messing with people's checks.
Yes.
Like, how would Wendy feel if people came on her show and told her you don't need a show no more?
Thank you, Wendy Williams. Is anybody? Would you even accept somebody coming around saying, "Oh, actually, Jocelyn Hernandez did say Wendy should be canceled because Wendy's always throwing shade to black women." Wendy, you didn't like that now, did you?
Right.
So leave these housewives alone.
Well, maybe Cynthia set herself up for that.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, but no, that's shady as hell.
Yes.
That's shady as hell. Ouch. That hurts. Ouch.
Yes, Wendy, your words have hurt Robyn. Okay, she's over here saying ouch. Okay, insane.
Ouch.
All right, but speaking of shady, there's some men out here being extremely shady with their penises.
Oh my gosh. So shocking.
Person number 1, Tristan. Person number 2, Carmelo Anthony. We're gonna put both of y'all basketball players in the same category.
Over and over and over again.
What is wrong with y'all?
Okay, so my theory is Chloe, Lala, wait until they're retired. If you even like if you all want to be together, if you want to be with
Yes.
them, but you're just like, I have to move on, like just leave and wait for them to retire. These men, I don't want to, stereotype, but it's really, 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 really hard for NBA players to live a monogamous life when they are playing in the league. It's just too much temptation.
True.
They travel so much. They're in the spotlight. But I'm telling you, when their career is over, nobody cares about them anymore.
Okay, but Melo's career is almost over.
Well, no, but it's not.
Oh, so until that contract is done.
It's until he's sitting at home bored. Okay.
But bored is when you would think that they would cheat because they're bored.
But then they're like up under you. They're like, "What are you doing? Where are you going?"
Oh, okay.
But if they're still like living that life, hey, some of them never even get past. Like some of them, okay, it's not going to be like the first day after they're retired and their career's over, because they're going to have a hard time adapting. Yes, transitioning to the fact that their career is over.
Okay.
So they're still going to be trying to like live that life and get that rush and do all that stuff. So, you might want to give them a good year or two after their NBA career is over. But like Tristan is young. Like he's younger than Chloe.
Yeah,
I believe.
he's young and dumb and full of cum.
So
he's ready. Okay, he's ready for action.
Let's just hope he's not spraying it like Nick Cannon.
Oh, yes, yes.
But really, I think Tristan is young. He's still in the NBA. Like, he really, like, as much as they want to be with their family, they want to settle down, they want to do what's right.
Yeah.
The temptation is so hard.
Yes.
It's so hard.
And I can say this because I do have a girlfriend who will remain nameless. And she said she slept with Tristan. And she said it was amazing.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, don't
so
put that. Now you're going to have more people.
Well, no, it could be why Chloe was trying to hold on to him because he was amazing. She said.
Damn.
She was she was like trying to call him up, hitting him up all the time. Like,
wow.
Dude, you coming through? And he was too busy hitting everybody else up. So, she had to wait her turn. But she didn't want nothing from him, just that.
Okay.
And, anyway, even with the amazing penis, you got to walk away if he's not treating you properly. Right. Is my point of the story.
For sure.
But I do feel bad for Lala because she's put in some years.
Yeah, she's put in some years, but it's like, I mean, this story, it don't matter. This story happens over and over and over again.
Yes.
Like, it is really not a new story when it comes to athletes. And because they want, like I said, they want to be with their family. They want to do the right thing. They want to be a family man. But it's too much.
I'm a little disappointed in Melo. I thought you had stopped with the shenanigans.
No, he's still playing basketball.
Okay, we're going to move on. Anyway, so, ladies, gentlemen, who's ever listening, Robyn and I started this podcast after Mother's Day. So we really didn't get to talk about like being a mom, Mother's Day. That would have been like our Mother's Day tribute if we were on at that time.
Oh, yeah.
So, guess what today is? Yes, we're going to be talking about parenting, moms, being a mom, and we're going to label this not your average mama.
Oh, no.
No.
Far from it.
Yes, we are not your average mama. All right, so first of all, Robyn, I want to ask you, when it comes to parenting, when your boys were babies, and how were you as a mom to like now? Because now they're what?
Right.
Preteens.
Yep. So Corey and Carter are 13 and 11.
Okay.
So I'll just say okay. So even before I had babies, I was never that person that like wanted a baby or wanted to be a mother.
Right.
Like I wasn't yearning for motherhood. I didn't have it planned out. Whenever any of my friends would have kids, and they have a baby, and I'd be like, "Oh, hi, baby," and that's it. Like I didn't want to like pick the baby up.
Hi, baby.
Yes. Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, look at the baby," because most times the babies aren't cute. Because, you know, when babies are like, you know,
Yeah.
newborns, they look like real funny
They
looking.
look scrunchy.
And so instead of being like, oh, how cute, I'd be like, oh, baby. You know what I mean?
Robyn, you got to do better with your fake cute voice, okay?
Because if it's not cute, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, she's so cute. And she really looked like an alien. Like, I was like, oh, baby. So.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so then you had children, and what did you have aliens?
I did. Carter was an alien.
Okay.
So Corey was like really cute. Like he came out with this cute dark curly hair. And
Nice.
Just really cute. Carter was an alien, which is like, so I can say that with like my chest, because Carter is like the cutest thing, right? Like now.
Yes,
You know what I'm
he
saying?
is.
And he quickly grew to be cute like a month later. But like you can ask anyone, I wasn't sending pictures of Carter out when he was first born. I waited.
That is wrong. Carter, let me tell you something. Your mama's wrong for that.
He knows. So as a mom, I mean, of course, like, you know, when you have new babies, you're like worried about everything. I did have a lot of like worry about like, you know, just protecting them and
Yes.
keeping them healthy and safe and alive. But outside of that, like, I always had the philosophy, like, okay, I'm not the first mother in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and my kids aren't the first babies in the world. So, like, everything didn't have to be perfect.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't
Yes.
have to be a perfect mom. I didn't have to, like, you know, run and you know, my kids cry, like, jump up and know exactly why they were crying and stuff
Right.
like that. And so, I think that's just part of my personality. I'm very laid back. I try not to like stress out, and so I was not a stressed out mom when they were newborns. It was,
Okay.
you know what I mean. It was like I was very, I was, and I made it a point to not hold them all the time.
Because you didn't want them to feel loved?
No, because I didn't want them to always have to be held all the time.
Okay.
Do you know?
Okay.
So I would actually like, you know, it's like,
What
you
book
know,
did you read? Did you read a book while you were going through what?
I don't
What?
know. I just like was like, and I wouldn't let people hold them all the time.
What? It's a tough love as
No,
an infant.
it wasn't tough love. It was like, no, y'all not gonna come here and hold my baby for 2 hours and then put it down and you leave, and then my baby's like, wah, wah, wah.
Okay,
I want to be held because you held me for 2 hours.
Okay.
I'm like, no, you can hold it for like 5 seconds and then put it back down.
We rationing the hugs. Robyn is rationing newborn baby hugs. Now this is the first I heard of this. This is a new parenting tip
It
here.
worked. My babies didn't cry a lot. They only cried
Okay.
at night. You know, when it was time to sleep, that's when they cried.
Okay.
But I'll say, like, you know, motherhood the first time around was pretty easy breezy.
Mm-hmm.
When I added that second child 18 months later,
Oh, it's a situation.
that's when shit got real.
Yeah. Yes, it's a situation for sure.
Yeah. So, and I was a walking zombie for like 2 years, but you know, I
Yeah.
got past that.
I had Grace, and I literally was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like I felt it. Like immediately as soon as I brought her home, I was like, I don't know how to change a diaper.
Right.
I don't know how to feed her. The breast thing ain't working. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm exhausted. I might even have depression. It was just bad.
It was bad.
It was very bad. And then all of a sudden it just like kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I did hug her all the time. Right? I just want you to know that. Just be clear.
I hug my kids all the time now.
And then 18 months later, I bring home twins.
Oh my God.
So I was like dying a million deaths.
That?
So I decided the only way I'm going to make it is to be a military sergeant.
Okay.
Right? So I like fed them all at the same time. I changed diapers all at the same time. I fed them. I changed diapers. It was like
Wow.
military
Clockwork.
going.
Did you have
on.
like alarms to remind you, or you just like?
No. I just realized like I had it on a routine every day. I was just trying to survive.
Oh my gosh. Now, did you have a nanny?
Yes, I had a nanny, but I had 3 kids. It was me
Yeah.
and a nanny. You need more hands than that.
Yeah.
I felt like I was always outnumbered. To this day, I'm outnumbered by these children.
You are.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But you know what? Once I got divorced and I moved away from like Baltimore and I moved back to the DC area, that's when I got into my stride, like my mommy stride.
Okay.
So when
And the girls were how old then?
They were maybe like first grade and kindergarten, so they
Okay.
were young.
Oh wow.
But I was like the room mom, and I was always helping out at school.
Okay.
And I would always like have apples for them when I picked them up from school.
Oh, you're nice.
I was like the mom of the year.
Well, you still are.
No,
Okay.
no, that went left. Okay, So then, like when I started like working a lot and like getting into my groove, and they started getting older, I just forgot about them kids. If
Right.
they had Doritos for dinner, okay.
Right.
If
Exactly.
whatever was going on, like I didn't allow them to run my life anymore.
Yes, and that you have to like actually make that declaration like out loud.
Yes.
Like, you know what? Like, I love my kids. I'm going to be the best mom I can be to them, but I'm not going to let them control my life. It's like you have to have an epiphany. It's like an
Yes.
aha moment
Yes.
where, you know, at first you're like, okay, this is my life, clearly, is when they're babies and stuff. But at some point you're like,
You got to get over it.
Right.
You got to allow yourself to live and to be a person again. I felt like I was only a mother, and that's not healthy. It's not good for them. It's not good for me.
Right. Like, I remember times when, like, okay, I would want to go out, and the babysitter comes, and the minute, you know, you try to walk out the door, they're like, mommy, no, mommy. And, you know, then sometimes you like, okay, well, I'll stay home. And you just have to, like,
Oh, I never did that.
right, you got to be steadfast. And
Yes.
You got to walk out that door.
Walk
and
out.
don't call. Don't say,
Nope.
are they okay?
Nope.
Like, just go and keep it moving. I remember I had a nanny that would come like 3 days a week. And she would talk my head off so much that I would literally have to when I had a nanny, I was like, okay, I want a nanny like so she can give me a break, so I can like chill and
Yes.
and just, you know, relax and lay around. And she would talk my head off to the point where I was like, okay, where am I going today? Like, you know, I would like literally like
You running away from the nanny?
yes.
Oh my gosh.
I would literally have to like force myself to leave the house because she would literally follow me all around the house talking.
Fired. Bye.
She was awesome. She was great with the kids, but so at that point I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put these kids in school. So that's when I started them in like a daycare
To get
preschool.
away from the nanny that talked too much.
Yes. Isn't that? Yes. She talked.
Okay.
my head
So
off.
have you ever lost a child out in the streets? Have you ever lost a child?
Yes. I have Carter went missing
Okay.
in Ocean City, New Jersey.
Oh, Ocean City, Maryland?
New Jersey.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. So we were staying, it was so scary. We were staying in a house, like a shore house with my friend and her family.
Right.
So it was her, you know, her husband, her 2 kids at the time.
Okay.
And then me. And this was, Juan and I were maybe separated or not together, I don't know. And so I'm in the house with Corey and Carter. And this is the day we're leaving, we're packing the house up to leave.
Okay.
Right? So it's just like a lot of, you know, you're like getting your bags together, and you put it in the car, and you're in and out. And so at some point, I'm like, where's Carter?
When you
I'm like
packing up the kids, you're
yeah,
missing one.
Yeah, I'm like,
Okay.
where's Carter? So we looked all over the house. He's not there. We looked all in the backyard. He's not there. We looked all in the front yard, and he's not there. And he was literally probably like, I mean, he was walking clearly, but he was younger than 2. But I can't, maybe 2 or less, right? And this is so crazy. My first thought is, oh my gosh, if I can't find Carter, Juan is going to kill me. It's not like...
I need to find my child because I love him because I hug him all the time.
Right.
I don't. Juan's going to kill me.
Right. It's not
Okay.
like, oh my God, my child. It's like, Juan is going to kill me.
Right.
So my friend's husband literally, so we go outside, and there's a girl, stupid ass girl. So there's a girl who literally was getting out of, like, had gotten out of her car, maybe had some bags, and she was like, are you looking for a kid? I just saw a kid walk down the street.
What?
And he turned the corner, and he's literally like a year and a half. And so my friend's husband took off running down the street.
Yeah.
Literally turned the corner, like I couldn't even see him anymore.
Right.
And he said he was almost at an intersection, and like Carter was gone. He had his blankie. He had his pacifier.
He was out of here because he didn't get hugs.
Right.
That's why he was leaving. Because Robyn refused to hug the boy. What?
Yes, it was so scary.
Oh my gosh.
Like we literally, if it like, you know, I mean,
So how much time had passed?
For him to get down the street, turn the corner to the point where I couldn't even see him anymore, I mean, that probably was a good like 6 minutes.
Oh wow, that's
least.
a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because someone could have driven past and seen this kid walking and scooped him up.
Yeah.
Or he could have gotten hit by a car or whatever. A dog could have been. It was like, I was traumatized by that. I was like, that, it was really, really, really a close call. And Carter was always the one, especially after that, he was always the one, I'm like, when I'm out, I'm like, where's Carter? Where's Carter? Like, I have to have eyes on Carter.
Did you tell Juan?
Yeah, I told him afterwards.
Oh, you did? What did he say?
He probably, gave me a whole, this is the reason why I don't want people, just, oh, God. Like this past weekend, my freaking kids had to spill the beans and tell him that they saw a shark in the ocean, and he's like, you ain't tell me there was because Juan was, he wasn't there for the whole trip. So
Okay.
then they tell him, yeah, there was a shark in the ocean, and Juan is like terrified of the ocean.
Okay. So
So
the kids
he's like,
can't have fun anymore.
oh my God, they're scared of everything. They're so scared of everything because Juan is like scared of nature. He's scared of everything. It's so crazy. But
Okay, well, I asked my kids, before we started this podcast, how they felt about me as a mother, because they're teenagers now.
Right.
And so they really have formed an opinion of Gizelle as mother. And they're like, oh, Mom, we think that we really liked you when you were like the room mom, and when you had apples for us when you picked us up from school. Like, we really liked you during that phase. However, we like you, as in this mode as well. They were like, because okay, so I've done some things. Okay, I have a story. So my kid, the twins were in ballet.
okay.
They were about 3rd grade, 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like whatever was going on in the ballet class. The parents can't be in there. But when they would come out, they would tell me these crazy stories. Like, they didn't like their teacher. The teacher was playing favorites, all of this stuff, right? So I was just like very angry, and I had it, okay? So the next class, I was like, I'm getting that teacher. I'm going to let her know how I feel. So I walked my kids in. I allowed them to go inside, and I poked my head in, and I was like, excuse me, I need to talk to you. Teacher, can you come out? So she came out, and I let her have it. I was like, my kids tell me blah, 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 and I don't appreciate you treating my kids. It's 2 of them. It's 2 of them. You are not going to be unfair to them. So I let her have it. It was like a very long speech. She goes back and says, she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She goes back inside. So the class is over, and my kids come out, and they get in the car. They run to the car. They're like, Mommy, that was a substitute. That wasn't the teacher. I cussed out the wrong teacher, okay? But they were like so happy that I was just writing for them, right?
Right.
Even though I cussed out the wrong lady, it didn't even matter.
And she didn't even stop you and be
She
like,
didn't stop me.
Oh, wait.
Nope. She just took it. She took the cussing, and she was like, it's my day to get cussed by a crazy black woman. And she went on about her business. She apologized. She didn't know what she was apologizing for. She just apologized and kept it moving. But I cussed out the wrong person. And they were like, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Our mom's going to stand up for us no matter what, which they appreciate.
That's good.
They said that, I never let them have sleepovers. They're a little traumatized by it.
Okay.
I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But they do like the fact that every year I try to do something different. Like,
Yeah.
5 years ago, our new thing was like, we're going to have sushi.
Okay.
And so now they love sushi. So like we would try all these different sushi restaurants. Like every year I try to like start a new tradition. One time it was like, let's do tea parties. So we would go to all these places that,
cute.
do little tea services.
And I know you guys would go bike riding.
Yes,
a lot.
we do bike riding.
Yes.
I mean, I try to do like fun things with my kids. So they know that I'm present and I'm in their lives.
That's awesome.
I just don't really cook dinner for them. And they can eat whatever.
Right.
They can eat like air sandwiches. I don't care. I don't care because I do other things. And they know that I love them.
Right.
Yes.
And that is the most important part.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
And I can say as a parent, I am like, I would, I should go back and ask my kids what they think of me as a mom.
Yes.
But I think they would say that I'm a cool mom, that I'm
Yeah.
a fun mom. We laugh and joke and giggle and have fun and, play around and wrestle. And like, I'm the one, when they wrestle me, they don't wrestle Juan.
Yes.
Well, because they know Juan will like maybe hurt them. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, but
They
no,
won't
I mean,
win. They won't win that match.
You're fighting with boys all the time, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, I mean, it's just, and I hug them a lot.
Ooh, when did the transition happen?
Yes. I mean, okay, you misinterpreted that, all right? But I do, to this day, hug and kiss on my kids. And I really think as a parent, that's so important to give your kids that type of love, that, like, physical affection.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my parents were awesome, but I didn't really get a lot of physical affection from my parents. And I don't know if that's like a generational thing, but I just think, you know, what the most important thing for me as a parent is to make sure that my kids know that they're loved.
Yes.
Because when kids don't feel like they're loved, it can affect them negatively so much. You know, they act out for attention, or they seek attention in other places and whatever. So for me, I'm like, as long as my kids know they're loved,
they're good to go.
They're good.
And so right now my challenge with them is showing them that I trust them. So, you know, mine are teenagers. So just last week we were in New York, and I was like, you know what, God, and I had to work. So they're with me, I'm working, and so I didn't want them to sit in a hotel all day.
Right.
So I was like, you guys can do New York, right? Ooh. They had their little girlfriends that are from New York.
Okay.
So I gave them my credit card. I had to do sign it across and pray to Jesus. But I gave them my credit card. Okay. I downloaded Uber on one of my daughter's phones.
Okay.
And I was like, have fun, do your thing. So they appreciated that.
Brave.
I know. They appreciated that so much. They would do stuff like, oh no, we're not going to call an Uber. We're going to walk.
Oh, good. Okay.
You know, they're like, we're going to save mommy some coins. Like, that's their favorite thing to say. We're going to save mommy her coins. So, and anytime, like, they say they would go to a restaurant, because I told them, you know, food is on me. Mm-hmm. So, like I'm going to pay for food, but if you guys want to go shopping and buy, you know, stupid little T-shirts or earrings,
right,
that's the money that you got from your parents at Christmas.
Your chores and all, right.
Yeah. So,
your allowance.
If the food bill went over like $80, they would text me and they'd be like, okay, we're at the restaurant. The bill is like $82. And I'd be like, okay, it's fine. It's fine. But for them to feel a sense of responsibility and like, that, you know, they were spreading their wings a little bit in the big NYC. And I feel like that for me right now is our biggest, is the biggest learning lesson I can tell parents. Like at some point in time, you gotta let go and you gotta just trust your kids.
Ooh,
it's hard.
Were you nervous?
I wasn't nervous because I knew the two girls are like New York girls.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're the same age as my kids, but they know the city. Okay. They know where to go. They're about it. But funny story. My kids did go on the New York subway.
Okay.
And there was a crazy man. They said crazy, put that in quotes, that was after them. They're like, Mommy, this man was after us.
Oh, no.
We would keep changing cars. He would keep coming after us. And he wouldn't leave us. We think he was trying to check Grace out. We didn't know what was happening.
Oh,
he was crazy. And they ended up getting off the train. And then they told me that they were going to call an Uber.
Okay.
And they asked a man who had a kid with him, so he was a father, to kind of like wait with them while they got the Uber.
Oh, wow.
So that was kind of smart.
Yeah.
Now let me know they really felt like they were in danger.
Right.
But guess what? It's the big city, honeys. And y'all went through welcome, and it's real world and real life. So I wasn't afraid or scared for them, but I felt like, you know what? It's good. It's good that you see that because in our little world, it's a bubble.
Right.
And I've protected you all, but there's all kinds of crazy people out there.
Right. And that's good that they were, you should be happy and feel good that they were aware of their surroundings.
Yes. Yes.
So my kids are actually kind of vigilant too, and we're going to wrap up soon.
Yep.
We were walking in South Beach, so
nice South Beach.
We went. It's like I don't know why we did this. I haven't been to South Beach in so long.
Right.
So we ate, you know, at a restaurant, and then with all the kids, it was a big group of us, and we decided to walk on Ocean Drive.
Okay,
South Beach at like 11 p.m. at night.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, bad decision because I didn't know like how crazy it was down there. So my kids are like we're like walking, and then all of a sudden they start like ducking, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? And they're like, these guys just got out of the car and they said the chopper's in the back seat, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't even know what the hell a chopper is. Apparently it's a gun.
A chopper is a gun?
Apparently it's a gun, whatever. And they're like, he just said the chopper's in the back seat. And they're like literally like trying to run away. I'm like, y'all, like what?
Okay. But why do your kids know what chopper is?
I don't know. YouTube, video games, TikTok.
These kids know what's up.
I know. I was like, what is a chopper? So then I had to realize like what they were talking about. But their antennas were like on alert, high alert down there.
Oh,
and
good.
They were like, Carter, my youngest, he was like, can we leave?
Yeah, good.
Can we leave?
Okay.
He was just looking around. He was like, this don't feel safe. Can we leave? So our kids are, I mean, they're definitely more sheltered than we were as young kids, but they're very aware of their surroundings. So.
Well, okay, so note to self, no South Beach, and no New York subway. Y'all are crazy up in there.
Right.
Okay, note to self.
I thought it'd be a good experience for them. So.
Okay. All right, well, people, we're going to wrap up because, we have talked y'all's heads off, but Robyn wants to tell you about our something.
I want to remind you, sorry. So we are, throughout the season, we're going to be taking your questions.
Yes.
So listener advice questions.
Yep.
So if you have a question, whether it's about business, because we know a little bit about business, whether it's relationships or friendships or parenting or food, beauty, whatever, or you just want our opinion on something, like email us. It would be perfect if you could email a voice memo if you don't mind us playing your voice. So we'll play it back. Email us, or so if it's a voice memo, great. If you just want to type it in, that's fine too. Email us at whatsup@reasonablyshady.com.
So is it WATSUP?
Yeah.
Okay, whatsup@reasonablyshady.com.
Yep. So send us your advice questions, and we will happily begin to answer them.
I love that.
Because
I love that.
I think I'm the reasonable one. She's a shady one.
Yeah.
Who knows what kind of advice you're going to get?
Yes, indeed. Indeed. Okay, this is last but not least. We didn't talk about this with our hot topics. Black Girl Magic. So, you remember when Sweetie and Quavo broke up?
Oh, yes.
And he took back the Bentley?
Yes.
The $250,000
He's
Bentley?
selling that thing.
He sold it, or whatever. But guess what?
What?
She bought her own one with her own money. She said, Quavo, I don't need your stinky Bentley. I bought my own.
What did she
she's
get?
a boss bitch.
What did she get?
A Bentley.
Are you sure?
A Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
She got an expensive car.
I
Okay, she got a Rolls Royce. Oh, she did. Oh, okay. So she said, I'm one-upping the Bentley. I'm getting a Rolls.
A Rolls.
Take that,
Look
Quavo.
at that. Go ahead, girl.
Take it. Take it. Take it. Migos.
That Bentley was not yours in the first place.
Amen and good night. All right. So that is it for Reasonably Shady.
We will talk to you soon. Thank you all for listening.
Bye.